Retrograde. Today is the start of a Mercury retrograde, guys, if you're tuning in or if you're watching back on the replay. Now, we're going to talk about July. July is a very potent month for manifestation. And numerologist is going to be a universal 8 month. Eight. So this is a great month for balancing your power dynamic, balancing your abundance of money, your wealth. This is entrepreneurship time. So if you've been doing the work on your business, particularly because this is a universal year one, and this we're going into a month eight, this is harvest season because eight is ruled by Saturn. So what you put out will come back in big bulks. And I'm saying put out the right energy for those abundance because it's lining up with that. Now, the one thing I must say a reference is the power dynamics that will go on next month because it's the 8 month in July. It's all to level you up with your wealth. So if someone is trying to keep you in the same timeline, like for example, this is the month where your job might decide to promote you just when you said you were going to quit to go start your company. That's the kind of power dynamics that's happening in July. So you stay in the job, you get the promotion, but you miss out on what could have been by taking a chance on thyself, year one. And in the 8 month, power, money, and authority. So that's the kind of energy we're working with on the number side. Let's talk about the retrograde and how we can slow things down to speed things up and all yummy energy. And there's some other transits that's going on, Doug. What's going on? I'm very excited for some reason because I love retrogrades. I thrive on retrogrades. And because
Yeah.
it's an 8 month in this one year, it's like you work with the energy, guys. Don't try to push.
Mm. Mm-mm.
It will come quickly. I just heard a little glitch on my end too. Let's see how this plays back because it is the first day.
Well, I wanna welcome my fellow star seekers. Y'all know who you are because you've received personal videos. So this is kind of like this is more of um an opening up of myself to the world. And so I just want to welcome everybody who's on this journey with me. I want to thank Stacy. We've been having these dual lives since the beginning of the year. She's been really inspirational for me to own my own authenticity and bravery. So I want to thank you because the energies are here. They're here.
Yes, they
They're
are.
here. So, everybody, for y'all who have been following our lives since the beginning of the year, you may have heard Stacy and I alluding to working on the self so that manifestation can be more accessible to you. And over the course of the year, it's taken place. The manifestations have just been stacking for us. And more recently, since the Sagittarius blue moon in May, we've had an opportunity to slow down a bit while relaxing into a bit of a party mode. That energy is starting to shake up. All of it is. And so we're being asked to call back to ourselves for the rest of summer. And that calling back to the self can create conflict. Similar to what I think Stacey had mentioned, well, what I translated it being mentioning with related to work. You invest in yourself. The job that you're working gives you a promotion, but you want to continue to work on yourself and your business. I liken to say you can have both during this time as long as you're working on yourself and whatever is holding you back from manifestation. So we did a lot of emotional cleaning up in the beginning of the year. And now we're in this station where we get to level up, but that does come with added responsibility. I'll get into that in a second when we start to get into really July's forecast, because there's a particular transit that I'm suggesting that's going to really ratchet up. But yes, we are in Mercury retrograde, most heated form or station direct today with a Capricorn full moon. So we're talking about the masculine
Yeah.
and the feminine really coming together. And so we have to really consider today to be one of those days that we lean into patience and compassion for ourselves and others. Y'all who know me, you know I repeat that on on repeat like a record. And this is the time to really lean into that. Because when we have full moons, we have the temptation for closure and abrupt closures. And closures happen. And with the full moon, the lunation gives us a bit more emotional content. But in Capricorn, it's sublime. it's pushed down. So we're doing a lot of work today to ignore our feelings. And with Mercury in retrograde and heated form, that can lead us to having interactions with people that are emotionally based, but not on the surface. So let's say we're having a conversation and the conversation is about dishes and we start arguing about the dishes. Who did the dishes? When the dishes were done? But maybe it's not about the dishes. Maybe it's about something deeper. And that's what I really want people to be on the lookout for today and throughout the rest of the week. That the thing that we may have miscommunication about or that we're arguing about may be signaling something that's deeper that needs to be healed within us and the relationship that we're having the exchange with. It is a heavy time because we've also, most recently, as of yesterday, actually, Sunday, we had Mars enter into the sign of Gemini. This increases our capacity for conversation. It allows us to have passionate conversation as well and motivating conversation. What we're doing today is very much signaling that Mars in Gemini, the ability to um, really message online with passion and even assertiveness. So it's a beautiful aspect. But what we have to be aware of is that Mars in Gemini also increases our impatience in conversations, which also reflects increased arguments in conversations. And with Mercury in retrograde right now, throughout the rest of this week, and I would even say Cancer season 2026, we have to mind our speech because our speech can get in the way. It's fodder for arguing during this time. So we have to tend to our own emotional needs. We have to tend to our self soothing. And for some of us, when we look at our shadows, really all of us, we want to look at those deep shadows so that those shadows don't come out in the exchanges that we're having with people. So that's what I really wanted to lean into today
Mm,
because it's a self auditing time, if you will. We started that audit in the beginning of the year, and now we have to refresh that. What does work well for us, though,
okay.
is that starting tomorrow, huge transit for the rest of the year into 2027 is Jupiter entering into Leo. But before I continue into that, because that's some of that real good positive vibe, I wanted to check in with Stacy to see if she had anything to say in relation to what I presented.
Well, the numbers portion of it, it being an 8 month and it's like a 1 year, the eight will bring out whatever you put out. So at the same token, if someone around you is putting out negative energy, that you have to check in even while you're even in space. Self reflection. Because at this time, what I'm sensing and seeing that's happening is energy starting to really speed up, where people are being magnetized and pulled toward people they're supposed to be with and vibe on the same station. If you're trying to listen to rock and roll, then you shouldn't be hearing R or rap. It's just not signaling. So what's going to happen is people are being drawn together, and they're being drawn together while they're still together with ones they're out of alignment with. So all you're doing is being pulled in the right direction, even if it's being pulled away from the wrong direction, the wrong alignment of people, which is where the conflict can come in, but only because you have to realize there's a conflict within. You and this person don't vibe anymore. You and this place don't vibe anymore. So there's the power. Do you want to take yourself power back and go on to your soul tribe? It's soul tribe season, people. It's soul tribe. The eight free karmic. These are activated this year and it's activated in big time in July. Uh, so go with the flow. What's not flowing right, don't try to keep it, don't try to hold it because there's new coming into flow. I mean, new so much line. It's like the quicker you end it, the quicker the new aligned soul contract, soul mate, soul tribe can come in. And I mean
Yes.
quickly. As including and like you were saying with the balance, you don't have to quit your job, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be putting out other feelers out there that you can lean back off of that because if you want another position, this is prime time for you to go apply for another position. Get another position, and there's the task. Here you got the new position. Do you still want to hold on to the old? This one's paying you more, but you might be scared to leave out of comfort or thinking maybe you set yourself up. You actually went out and asked for that high salary and someone actually gets given it to you. Now it's imposter syndrome. Own yourself for who you are and you line up with that new timeline. That is the kind of energy that we are in. Because it's just quick. It's happening quick. It's happening legit. It's happening on divine timing right now. So don't try to hold
Yeah,
on to what needs to clear space.
I agree.
That's been happening to me
I
all
agree.
year, especially within the last month.
And Stacey, isn't it wild? Okay, so you know, and we'll talk about this in a live later this week, but there's this discussion around timeline jumps and the whole sort of quantum mechanics behind that. And I think that's what a lot of this also represents is that we are all shifting as a collective. And it's a matter of where we're shifting to. Some people are going to stay on the same timeline. Others are going to shift into a multitude of others. And so it's a matter of when you mentioned soul tribe, yeah, where is your soul tribe on this timeline shift? And it's a matter of like finding your own calling and knowing your own rules that you're supposed to abide by in your timeline. I know this all sounds very like spacey, but I mean, welcome to numbers and astrology, right? It's really woo woo, but it's practical and it can get very practical. And I think those are
Mhm.
those practical measures behind manifestation that we are often talking about, but sometimes in pop culture gets missed in the discussion. I do want to emphasize
Yeah, it's
that.
nice to know how you feel. It's like it's keeps glitching, so I don't even know. It's retrograding for me right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I say, yeah. What's been sped up? Give me 1 second. Let me go
Okay.
get. You know what? No, it's actually another test. My dog is distracting me. Part of the test. I couldn't think of where she's at.
Oh,
Out. Bring the focus back to me. This is in real life. You're seeing the examples. That's the test that you guys are
oh,
gonna get. It's not even test, but just let's bring it back to you.
yeah.
Who is telling you to focus on them before you focus on what you're doing?
And
That is
that's
energy that
ooh,
that's coming up and ricocheting right now because that new timeline is pulling you, and that old timeline is the crab in the bucket. Like, come back, come back and focus on me. Put the attention on me. So, guys, be self-aware. But when you're
yeah,
self-aware, then those lows just drop, and you just boom, you take off like a balloon in the sky, ricocheting to where you guys need to be. So focus on yourselves, guys.
yes,
Focus on
yes.
yourself.
And in the chat, Stacey, people are saying that they can feel it. So this timeline shift and this energetic quality palpable. We're all feeling that shift. I do want to highlight,
Yeah.
that temptation that Stacey had mentioned to appease others before the self. That's actually on the docket as well because we have the sun in Cancer. We have even the
Mm,
moon in Capricorn, and that Gemini Mars energy can bring about really calculated and deceptive attempts at manipulation, people really leaning into crocodile tears and violins and the such for sympathy and compassion and all for attention. It's this may be a time, actually, now that I'm thinking of it out loud, in real time, this may be a time that we show people how to fish for themselves instead of giving them the fish, but not even teaching them, like,
mm,
no, you do, it's for you, it's not even mine to do this much more with you. It's really that kind of energy you need to do for you so I can do for me. And please do not push those boundaries. It's a tricky, fun time, but it's still a party time, might I add, though, because with Jupiter
yeah.
entering into Leo, it does lean into that sort of like, give me attention.
Ooh,
And so it amplifies the energy that we're talking about in terms of that neediness for attention. But what again, I think what we're suggesting as well, Leo and Jupiter energy is all about us giving ourselves the applause. So y'all, please don't look for the applause from other people. If you are, you may be disappointed. And that's like an adage in life. But right now, over the next year, it is incumbent upon you to give yourself the flowers, to celebrate yourself, to plan the party yourself so that you're not disappointed if someone doesn't show up with the expectations that you had in mind. And for personal development purposes, you may want to, even for all of us, we may want to check our expectations, because our expectations are things we give other people, and that's not what they actually signed up for. What are your thoughts, though, Stacey? And we're
Mm.
just getting started on that Leo energy.
Mirror. Let's do the mirror. I would say the mirror. The mirror. Universal law of the mirror. So what you give yourself, it will be reflected to you. If it's not reflected in your immediate environment, that's still old frequency. It's gonna catch up. But what you will get is complete strangers giving you those flowers. That's happened to me all year. So who you're expecting it from won't be, but will be complete strangers that come show. And these strangers are not strangers. These are the soul tribe guys who recognize it. These are new long-term friendships that are coming into your life. Some of you new long-term spouses are coming into your life. It's just a renewing. Some old contracts are being renewed if they haven't been in focus in a while. They're gonna get more attention, and it's just a fun time. Just go with the flow, go with the wave, the energetic wave.
Yeah.
And this being Leo energy, you're supposed to put yourself first and shine. Don't dim that light.
Yeah.
This is not dim light season. Turn it on up. Wear that fancy outfit out just for no reason. Like, put yourself in the center stage, and it will be reflected back to you. Yeah, you might get some of those next, but it's a frequency you're not even trying to track. You won't even notice.
That's the beautiful thing about Leo energy as well, Stace. If Leo, like strong Leo energy, doesn't pay attention to the room, they are just performing for themselves, and all the rest of us get to see the show. So it really is that effortlessness of embodiment that is really being asked of us, because that embodiment leads to authenticity, or at least it's within the realm of authenticity. So we're learning how to be authentic the more we're embodying ourselves. And I want to lean into the idea here that for folks who are like family planning, or maybe even for the folks who aren't, please wear protection, because with Cancer season, Sun in Cancer in full effect, with the Jupiter in Leo energy that's taking place starting tomorrow, that's fodder for babies. Cancer is the universal mother.
Mm,
We have
mm.
the Jupiter in Leo representing children. That's the expansion. That's the expansion of wanting children, the expansion of actually having children. And for my folks, and this is why I say wear protection, because with Mars in Gemini until August, we can meet strangers and flings, and we can start making babies. So this is a very much baby making season. So it's very similar to Taurus
Oh,
season with the baby making energy. So if you're family planning, go right ahead, do your thing. But if you're not, please, take the precautions that you need to take.
I would. That's some good advice. May I also say that it's fertile season for birth and project and new ideas. It's like
Yes.
birth it. Don't sit on that book idea. It's time to birth it into action. Write it, put pen to paper, and start doing that. And that is going to just ricochet you. All this asking in a 1 year is for you to start it. Start, and the universe will pick you up. It will pick you up. Just
Mhm.
start it. And going with the monthly energy, this is business time. Start your business projects. Start some good karmic energy coming in your way. Start that flow of abundance. And then to bring you, we going into August with the 8-8. Like, this is really good energy, guys. You guys utilize. But slow down to speed up. Slow down, speed up. That's all you gotta do. Slow
Mhm.
down and speed up. Okay?
Stacey, I love this.
Uh,
Yes. That that's what the
we're gonna
pace
come
is
back
supposed to be. But
again. Yes. Ooh, little doggies outside now. We are going to come back again July 7th is the plan to come back July 7th.
Mhm.
And we're gonna give you some more up, and we're gonna keep you guys active. We're going to I'm
I love it.
totally forgot what I was just saying. Boop. You see distractions will take you off course to what you're doing. There's a bug about to pop up. Um, I forgot what I was saying. We'll see you guys again on July 7th. Do you have anything else to say? We have, if you want
Oh,
to follow Doug, his page is going to be in the description below. Go and going to follow. He's going to start doing weekly lives with doing yoga and Reiki. So you guys are into that. He's really, really good. He's my Reiki master, energy work. You're going to want to check out his channel to get your astrology updates, your Reiki, and your yoga meditations, okay? So we're doing big things over there. So go over there and support the channel. I'm going to put that in the description. And of course, if you guys want to work with me one on one and you want to join the Spiritual Butterfly Academy, where we do our monthly coaching and give you spiritual healing and lessons, it'll help you with your manifestations and just learn how to protect yourself and your energy as an empath and a light worker. And also, if you want to really learn yourself inside and out, the cheat code your soul gave you, then check out my Soul Code Numerology Blueprint course that's going to be listed in the description. Your soul gave you a map through astrology and the numbers, and this is how human design and all that's up here now. But it gave you a map through your numbers, and that is what you can learn inside my Soul Code Numerology course. Anything else, Doug? Then I'll see you guys next week.
Well, Stacy, I want to just say one thing. My next live will actually be hopefully later this week, where we're going to talk a bit more in depth about that timeline jump, because there are different
Yeah.
perspectives and experiences of how people are having this take place with them. I always want to promote a lovely, lovely book that my friend and I,
Mm,
Juliana, created, and that is Friends, Family, and Four
beautiful.
Seasons. It's a cookbook you can find on Amazon. It's not just a cookbook, it also has conversational starters. So it's really about not just cooking, but bonding with loved ones over food. So if you're inclined to
Love
want to,
that.
join that journey, the book is on Amazon, and we will have some starting the middle of the season, middle of summer. We're going to start releasing minis per season, so mini ebooks that have fun games and prizes and things like that inside. So it's a really great time to start manifesting, y'all. So I hope that you're doing what you got to do on your end to manifest as well.
Yes, beautiful. All right. This has been great. Loving it. And we'll see you guys next week. And remember, slow down to speed up. And,
Mm,
the answers are within. Ciao.
love it. See y'all.